flexion. Okay? Now, for brachialis, we want to try to isolate brachialis from biceps. So we're going to put the person into full pronation and then resist elbow flexion again. So biceps, brachialis. Our brachioradialis, the attachments are fairly neutral relative to forearm rotation. So we're going to test brachioradialis with the wrist in neutral pronation and supination. So again, it's the same active range of motion test of elbow flexion. For biceps, you're going to resist in full supination. And now I'm going to say them in the order in which you would test them. So full supination is biceps, neutral is brachioradialis, pronation is brachialis. So biceps, brachioradialis, brachialis. Okay? But again, you're doing the same active range of motion test. The elbow position is the same for all three tests. The only thing that's different is the forearm position.
You do these lying down?
Okay? No, you would do these sitting up.
Do you need to stabilize anywhere?
So typically you're having them sit, so you may stabilize. Typically we're always stabilizing the proximal segment.
Right.
So you would have your arm there. Okay? So why don't you go ahead and have a seat. So let's have you go ahead and bring your wrist. There you go. You have to tuck it in here. I would want your feet supported on something that doesn't roll. Let's have you switch around here. Get those dirty feet now on my chair. Okay, so we're going to test this arm. Go ahead and bring it all the way up. Okay, good. We're going to have you here. So for biceps, I'm going to have you there. And don't let me push you down. Hold that position. And then, okay, so now we're going to test brachioradialis. So hold it there. Don't let me push it down. You're stronger there. Just put that because your biceps is next to strong. Okay, so now we're doing brachialis. Hold it there. And she's trying everything. She's recruiting everything she's got. Okay. So I have a pretty firm grasp here, and I'm stabilizing here. Okay. But you can do all three of those muscles all right in a row. Although you do want to give them a little bit of a break because you are recruiting all three muscles in all three tests. We're just trying to emphasize one over the other. Okay? So those are your last three for the elbow. So,
Triceps.
oh, we still have to do triceps. Go ahead and lie down on your back. Thank you. So triceps, you're going to put the person in this position. Now what I would like you to do is straighten your elbow. Good. Now I'm going to have you bend it. Bend. Right there. There you go. Now I'm going to push down and you don't let me. Do you have a weak tricep?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold there. Okay, relax. So what she's wanting to do is she's wanting to extend her shoulder, okay, because she's wanting to use her posterior delt and recruiting it. So I'm going to have you straighten up just a little bit more. There you go. Okay, now. So I had to change my pressure, my stabilizing hand on this one to not be here, okay? And relax. Okay. We would take her long head of her triceps out of the picture if we tested her in prone by having the arm in 90 degrees of abduction. That's why we don't test this in prone, but rather we test in this way. Now, we have a second muscle that's an elbow extender, right? What is that? Okay. Anconeus, I don't know. So, where is that muscle located? Okay, so it's distal to the elbow and it's lateral. Okay, so the only way to find out if the anconeus is active is to palpate. So you're going to palpate distal to the elbow and lateral. Okay, now this one is trickier because you can't really stabilize. So go ahead and push. You have a very nice anconeus. Okay, relax. Alright, so the only way that you can find out if the anconeus is active is through palpation. So remember that palpation is going to be distal to the elbow and lateral. Okay?
If we're palpating just to see if it's active, then how would we rate it? Like, would it be, the rating be different, or is it just active or not active?
So we're really testing the elbow extensors as a group, and we're going to call that triceps and give that a numerical grade. If you're concerned about the anconeus, so I don't know if you've learned in anatomy, the innervation for the anconeus is a more distal branch than triceps. So you actually could have paralysis of the anconeus, but the triceps could be intact. And so that's where you'd want to be able to palpate the anconeus because that'll help you know the level of the neural impingement by being able to discriminate those. Okay, so let's have you do biceps, brachioradialis, brachialis, and then triceps.